So I'm coming to you guys today with Bedhead and a simple idea. Well, a simple subject. What? Well, I guess you can't really call it simple anymore, just because of the whole nature of whole nature of this community. So I made I made a video on this before, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, this is the first video you've made on this channel. True, um, but I actually have an old channel I've had since 2006, I believe, where I actually posted a video about this, and I kind of decided I might want to keep it off. I mean, well, it's still up there, but I might want to keep the subject matter off that channel just because that channel is mainly for other, daily happenings and mostly guitar covers. Being a guitarist, I was part of the whole thing. Oh, guitar covers. So I did that for a while. But anyways, so I wanted to talk about ASMR. I've covered a few of these things in my previous video, but because it's a new video, I'll cover them again. I've been dealing with insomnia pretty much ever since I can remember. As a kid, I was never able to sleep properly. Essentially, I had to tailor my sleep schedule at a certain point just to make sure I was tired to the point of passing out when I actually want to go to sleep, which wasn't hard when you're only getting 3 hours of sleep a night. And I'm not exaggerating. I wish I was. So I dealt with this for years. I'm 25 years old now, and ever since I can remember, it's been an issue. And for a while, I was like, well, this is the way it is. And I never really wanted to do sleeping pills. The idea just scared me. I did research on them and found out that there's people who've slept through fires, people that have slept through home burglaries and stuff like that. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to have that, the opportunity out there that I would just not wake up for certain things. So there's the natural supplements, melatonin and all that. And I tried that for a while when I got older, because after a certain point I couldn't tailor my sleep schedule. Growing older and essentially, school's not a thing anymore. I mean, I went to college, but even college, there's certain days when you wake up different hours. And now, having a job, or the jobs I've had even in the past, nothing was usually a set schedule where it was, wake up at this time, the 9 to 5, schedule. Nowadays, it's more like, well, I work at Best Buy, and I float between two departments, so some nights I'm going to work at 7 p.m., other nights I'm going to work at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. So something needed to be done. Like I said, I was really resistant to sleeping pills and all that just because of everything behind it. And melatonin became even scary to me because for a while I stopped taking it, and that was hell on earth. Essentially, it was really bad because essentially when you start taking a supplement like that, your body kind of just stops producing that certain supplement. And then when you stop taking that supplement, your body has to readjust. And that readjust period it's rough. So I stopped taking it, dealt with 2 weeks of utter misery, but I was used to that anyways because my insomnia is so bad. I'm the kind of person that there's nights when I'll lay down and be laying there for 6 hours rolling around. And I'm not joking, not exaggerating at all. I envy people that can fall asleep in 5 minutes. I wish. Even if I'm dead tired, I just can't, I can't shut my brain off. It's essentially what happens. Landlord's, using a leaf blower to clear snow. It started snowing today, believe it or not. It's winter already. So, sorry about the noise. This isn't exactly an ASMR video. I dabbled in the thought of starting ASMR, or doing a channel. Honestly, I just don't know where to start. I know everyone says that, but keep an eye out. Maybe I'll start, if you want to. I'm not forcing you to stay here. So, I discovered ASMR, and initially it was the soundscapes, or the I wouldn't call them a role play, but it was kind of essentially just, the sounds of getting a haircut. Like, there's no talking, it's just sounding like someone's giving you a haircut. There's tapping and scratching sounds, fabric sounds, all this stuff that I found really enjoyable. ASMR for me is more of a relaxing aspect. It's not the tingly feeling that some people talk about. It's, for me, just, this feels relaxing. I feel like I can fall asleep. And for a while, I could. I was able to fall asleep within an hour most nights. But then something changed. It stopped working. And I thought, okay, this is great. I found something that works, and now it's failed me. It's let me down. Or so I thought. I'd started doing some research, dabbling around in some forums, and I wasn't the only one who was having this issue. Some people just became impervious to certain types of ASMR. Just like most things, like even I have horrible allergies, and I want to say it's common knowledge that if you take a certain allergy pill for long enough, eventually it stops working, and then you have to switch to something else. I've messed with that before too, and turns out it's a thing. Who would have thought it's a thing? So I essentially ASMR stopped working for me, and I was like, crap, I found something that worked, and now it's useless, whatever. But I always kind of kept an open mind about ASMR, because I know everyone's like, oh, you watch ASMR, that's so weird, blah, 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 whatever. I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep. So I started dabbling into the roleplay aspect, and I don't know what it is about, I was never, like, a World of Warcraft RPG, D&D player, nothing like that. Roleplay just didn't seemed weird to me, like, at the time, it really kind of did. But I kept an open mind. And I'm glad I did. You know why? Because all of a sudden ASMR started working again. So the first person that I actually started watching, I actually just got done watching one of her streams, always entertainment, Indigo Stars. Yeah, that's her name. What was I thinking? My brain's dumb. So I started watching Indigo Stars. She specializes in a specific type of, like, an ASMR for the macabre, essentially. It's more of these dark subjects, and I always kind of, it's a lot of vampire stuff, which, funnily enough, as a child, I was into all that, and I love that stuff. Not to the point of obsessive, because that can become dangerous real fast. I've known people who go down that windy road, but we won't talk about that. So I started watching these roleplay videos, and it's quirky, it's goofy, it has a great storyline, and ASMR worked again. Happy days. And it just branched off from there. I don't believe in like being, well, to a certain point you gotta kind of be loyal to the people who've helped you. And I've hopefully made this obvious to the ASMR community, and especially people like Indigo Stars, Lisa, I think's her name. I can't express how thankful I am that this community exists. Without it, I would still be getting 3 hours of sleep a night if I was lucky. That's something that through a natural remedy, everyone's like, oh, natural remedies, just take sleep pills, stop being a crybaby. No, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Yeah. So I'm very thankful to these people. I always try and make a point to support the people that have helped me in my life, and this community. People like Heather Feather, Indigo Stars especially, Seafoam, Kitten, all these people. And I'll put links to these channels. I'll put links to the channels I watch in the description. And just go, if you have sleep problems, go try it out. And if it works for you, thank these people, because they're literally, like, the positive change in my life, thanks to this community. There's no words. Not getting sleep is probably one of the worst things. I mean, there's many things that are horrible in human defectiveness, I guess I'll call it. It's a weird way to put it. But not being able to sleep, it drags you down. It honestly made me a horrible person. I was irritable all the time. I just wasn't nice. I'm a much happier person these days, and it's because of the community. Like I said, I can't express how thankful I am. Man, it's great. I guess what I really want to say is keep an open mind. I know everyone kind of says, well, ASMR is weird, and the idea of role plays and all this stuff, and like this weird personal attention that people, there's like this like guilty pleasure era about it, keep an open mind. Don't let the fact that someone might think you're weird deter you from essentially trying something out. I've always been the kind of person that I'll try anything once, and most of the time, not all the time, obviously, it's paid off. So, I just want to end this video on, again, just a massive thanks to the ASMR community as a whole. It's not just these specific people I'm bringing out, it's all the people who dedicate their time to bring out this content and essentially do what a lot of people wouldn't. So, thank you guys. This video is long enough. I'm going to stop it now because that's what I do. Stop things. Who says that? That's stupid. Alright guys, so have a good night, day, evening, whatever time it is where you are, and get some sleep. Please.